Restaurants, bars and shops all been closed since last Wednesday.
We've been extra careful, and also we didn't want to expose ourselves to external people that we don't know where they've been.
Facing a major public health emergency.
I live on my own. At the very beginning of lockdown, I caught what I think was COVID, so I was in isolation for like 3 weeks, which was really weird and super intense.
Transmitted from one person to another.
You must stay at home.
So I spent at 1.9 weeks and I didn't see anyone.
My lockdown was really quite nice and quite easy, to be honest.
The struggle was, I definitely had a lot of anxiety around whether we'll be able to eat food.
I would periodically go and check my temperature. And then I was like, am I getting sick? Do I have it? Is this a cough?
The United States has recorded the most number of coronavirus deaths in a single day.
Lie awake in bed and wonder, did I get ill from touching that envelope?
The worst is yet ahead of us.
The world was ending. Quickly jumped on a video call with my mum and my brothers, which I haven't done in 2 years since living abroad.
I felt like I am almost like in a reverse, kind of fishbowl, just observing the world.
This feeling of it being so monumental and global, and really just understanding and accepting that the impact is so much bigger than myself, than my family.
It's safe.
Uncertain, 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 uncertain,
Safe.
uncertain,
It's safe.
uncertain, uncertain,
It's safe.
uncertain. Well, work is very, uncertain, I would say. Mainly because the industry I really want to carry on working in has completely shut down. So there's just no work.
My mother and my brother both got furloughed.
Very scared about losing my job and that sort of stuff, and not having the finances.
I was furloughed for a month.
Am I not getting a job?
So that it makes me nervous in that respect, that it's shit work, that is wasting my time, and that if I pursue better work, it might actually leave me jobless.
Now find work unbelievably stressful, and more than it ever has stressed me out before.
I do struggle with, this being tied down type of mentality without being in a different space to sort of shut out all of the other things going on inside my head.
Sitting there at night trying to switch off, watching Netflix and eating dinner, and then I see a post-it note that reminds me of my work, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I've got to do that by tomorrow.
Trying to be remotely productive in an environment that's not made for that.
Not so much the crisis itself that I'm struggling with, but rather the impact it's had on my work. Yes, we're in the middle of a pandemic, but it's had so many bizarre spin-off effects.
That's been the hardest thing, is just staying motivated.
I get so many emails every day, and then because people are trying to be efficient, those emails are normally quite short and sharp, can be read quite bluntly, and I get stressed by it, think that they're being, rude to me or upset with me because of the way they've just written it.
Extra time, extra time, extra time, extra time, extra time, extra time.
Full on.
Extra time, extra time, extra time. So not having all of that extra stuff really helped me make that extra time to do the hobby type things that I like to do.
I did tons of yoga, and like everyone else in the world, I started baking. I got very into baking.
I got so much more free time, but nothing to do. Play some games, or Netflix.
We've been doing quite a bit more craft.
I've started planting outside, and like I
really am quite attached to my tomato plants and my farm.
I definitely have more rituals around
things that are nice for me that I couldn't have before.
Take some advantage of this quiet time to actually like do a lot of the stuff I've been wanting to do for a while.
Lonely.
Lonely, comfortable,
lonely,
comfortable,
lonely.
Is comfortable in my own company, doesn't necessarily feel like I'm dependent on others for like emotional support.
I quite enjoy being alone at the moment to work.
I was really anxious about being lonely, but I think actually having been forced to do it, I'm much more comfortable with it now.
I, as an extreme introvert, don't mind any of this.
Having her in the past 3 or 4 months or so has been really good and really comforting and really nice through quite a chaotic period.
I think I'm not like a person who really relies on friends.
I very much enjoyed my life of a hermit for a while.
Steady.
Smaller.
Steady.
Smaller.
Steady.
Smaller. It made them even smaller. I mean, for me, it was so small to begin with.
There's been this moment where everyone was like closing down on themselves and was like, where are my friends? Fuck that. Everyone disappeared suddenly.
People that I don't see a lot of, I haven't seen at all.
Obviously my team was all over the world, so this whole life of being 9 hours a day on Zoom is something I'm used to. What it means though is at the end of the day you don't want to spend even more time on Zoom and FaceTime.
Yeah, we never really did the like Friday night meet up drink thing, and that stuff never happened.
Because of the things I do, that I'm around people and it gives me the illusion that I have a lot of friends and a lot of people around. But if those activities don't happen, then these people are not there anymore.
Definitely brought me closer with my family.
At the points when I felt the lowest, it's because I felt really helpless around the things that are happening to my friends and family.
The people that I am in contact with, it's a daily communication as opposed to what was, I don't know, once a week if we were lucky.
I do worry about him because he's not a person to stay at home. He's a very social person, and these 3 months have really, I think, really affected him.
One of the things I struggled the most with was being away from my family.
That happened super quickly, and we were hanging out together a lot of time after work on the weekends and stuff. So that relationship, I think it kind of benefited from the lockdown.
Definitely brought me closer with my partner.
My best friends that I've known since I was four years old. We've had more hangouts and Zoom calls over the past couple of months.
We all did a big Zoom party for my grandpa's birthday. We never normally do.
Healthier. So trying to kind of just like do a lot of self-improvement stuff, like cooking more, trying to lead a healthier life.
At least once every second or third day we would go on like a longish walk, like at least 5 kilometers.
Especially the first 3 months. I trained with Jessie every day.
That was a big risk of getting really fat very quickly because I was constantly cooking stuff. So we reduced our portions dramatically.
So I was like trying to meditate more, and which is something I've been wanting to do for ages, but felt like I never had time.
I've like made it a standard to check in with my sister. We usually do like a 20-minute workout.
But also just to have a break, running at lunchtimes and after work.
Obsessed with just going for random bike rides. I never did that before.
And I feel like I've come out at the end of this a better person.
It was that self-reflection into like on my current situation, going like, actually I really need to start putting in more effort to like change my situation.
And that makes me reconsider like my living situation.
It made me question the things I did before, whether it was because it was part of my daily life for so long.
I think you realise how precious everything is and how quickly it's such a cliche, but how it can all be like taken away from you. So
I wish I had like, a language under my belt or something productive. Yeah, that month went by and I was like, what did I actually accomplish?
In general, the approach to life will be different because one had lots of time to think about stuff and how I would perhaps do something differently or whatever.
There's no way or reason that can justify the amount of travel that we used to do.
I think my work-life balance was really wrong before. I'm trying to change that at the moment, and also like I'm very loyal to the company I work for, and I think maybe I don't really need to be.
Making the most of each day and just spending my days doing more, or
don't feel like I can sustain having a 5-day work week in general anymore.
Keep calm, be present, all those types of things. I think I want to be more like that in future.
But it was more of like, I'd say, a kick up the bum about actually like needing to start seriously pursuing getting into something that's going to help me get where I want to go eventually.
I'd rather, find something else that made me happier than spend 5 days a week, glued to a computer.
I think I'm going to be in much more contact with my family.
Let's just do what we want to do and be happy and try not to moan too much and everything. Or if we're unhappy with something, then try and change it rather than just continuously moan.
So I've given myself this like license to just do things for pure enjoyment, which I feel like I've not done much in my life before. And now I've done that, I'm like, I don't really want to give that up.